Hi my friends, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here for a monthly message for Taurus. You guys, this is for June 2023, but don't necessarily hold on to this timeline. This is just kind of like what Spirit would like to bring through this month. So it could resonate for now, later, something that hasn't happened or something that has, and it's just up to you and your active free will, your choices, your steps you make, and how you interpret this message as well. And know that no matter what choices you make in this world, we're still accountable. We still need to be accountable for them, is what I heard. Okay, I'm gonna start a channel already. And funny that I say that, so I'm going to call in Spirit, but we have forgiveness on the bottom. So, my friends, this is just a general message. Take what resonates for you. And like I said, and I'm just speeding through this, but if, you felt like something resonated with you, what was it? Kind of sit with it. How does it make you feel? What's it attached to? And is there a way that we can go about bringing healing to it now? Okay, so I'm just going to take a moment to call in Spirit, to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, any of your spirit guides or my spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. Sorry if I shake this a bit, guys. I ask them to join us to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you guys who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, as well as to deliver messages that are for the most far-reaching of us, but only for the top-notch highest good of us all. I'm going to start off with, this is the Messages of Life Oracle, and we have forgiveness. And they want me to read this one first, and I think this is so important because we owe ourselves to give ourselves grace and forgiveness all the time. To know that we're the master of our life, because if we're going to hold ourselves at guilt and hold ourselves accountable, hold yourself accountable. But then let it go. You have to move on. If we hold ourselves in guilt all the time, we are not the masters of our life. We are just, I heard, living in self-imprisonment and torture. So give yourself forgiveness. Okay, and be open to what comes next. And I know that's easier said than done, but I want you guys, if you have any children, imagine seeing it through the eyes of, if it happened that way, you would still love your baby, right? So we still need to love ourselves. We do things. There is, before I get into this, I want to just say kind of something that could help you if you're going through this and you need to give yourself forgiveness, is take a few breaths in and out in a quiet space. And imagine in your head the situation that's happening, okay, that you feel so bad about. And when it's done, or if you see it coming, go to yourself and say, hey, stop. This leads to ruin and heartache, and it's not your path. And give yourself a hug in that moment. A real hug. Feel it. It seems to help me sometimes, and it's one of these things, because we really need to do is get in there and acknowledge, hey, this happened. We realize why we regret it. What if we could take it back, we would. But always needing to be open to the fact that there was a lesson involved. That's why we made the choice, because we thought it was best at the time. Some of us, I heard, we might have reacted quickly and acted a little hastily or something like that. We've all done things out of our reaction at times. They're giving me stuff like, it depends on what's going on in our world, how are we sleeping, what's our mental health state like, what is our stress level, how are our finances, right? There's a lot of different things that can kind of, what I heard is aggravate us or activate things. And my friends, the strength within you is so immense, okay? So it is so important right now. They're really, really focusing here. Oh, okay, so, and if any of you, before I get into the reading, and I apologize that this is happening first, but I'm just going to follow Spirit, because that's what I'm saying we're going to do. We're going to do a few minutes of Reiki. I'm on the heart chakra, okay? So if you guys want to join me, awesome. If not, just skip forward. It'll be a couple minutes. We're going to take a few deep breaths in, and I'm going to send you guys and myself some Reiki here, just to help us with forgiveness on our end, to help relieve this heavy burden on our heart. Now, it's going to be important for the rest of this, probably this week, this month. Hydrate, my friends. Keep yourself hydrated. It's really important. It's important for your overall health. It's important for digestion, but it's also important if you're in Ontario. I'm in Ontario in Canada, and there's been a lot of smoke. If you're anywhere in Alberta, if you're in Quebec, if you are anywhere else outside of where I live and it's smoky, or you're going through something, like, water's important to help flush out those toxins as well. And not only that, but it's just going to be important for you to focus on taking care of yourself, okay? So forgiveness, as I know, I want to read this first, and then we will do this. I no longer suffer or struggle with what has been done and said. I bless and am grateful to each soul that I perceive has hurt me, and I release them to their own greater good. My past provides me with the lessons that will help me live in the present more fully. I fill myself with love that is pure and free. So let's open up our hands, guys. You can put your hands over your heart if you would like to. I'm going to burp, sorry. Oh, that's the chi, right? That's always the energy coming out. So I'm going to take 3 deep breaths in. And we're going to breathe in love and light and joy. And we're going to feel this all welling up into our heart. We're going to hold it for 3 and then release. Okay? We'll do this a few times. And it'll probably change what we're going to breathe in on the fly. But this is kind of how my healing works. So let's go. Let's breathe in, guys. Take your shoes off. Take a deep breath in. Put your feet down on the ground. Plant your feet wide like a tree. Like if you needed to be a root, right? Close your eyes and take a deep breath in, breathing in love, light, and joy. Take these hands and place them over your heart or open them up, however you choose. Breathing out anything that is not of love and light or joy. Let's take another deep breath in, and we're going to breathe in love, light, truth, and authenticity. And to hold it here and feel this go down into your belly button on who you are. We're going to release anything that is not of our authenticity, not of joy, not of love, and not of light. Anything that's meant to thwart creativity will help move it now. For some of you, again, drink that water because this could definitely be digestive system. I want you guys to take your hands now over your heart and kind of like just before your belly. And I want you guys to breathe in love and light, and self-acceptance, and healing, and joy, because that is your birthright. And hold it here. And we're going to ask that anything that's going to inhibit that joy, any guilt or shame that we feel, any heaviness on our heart, as we breathe out, we're going to ask this to release, to transmute out into the world with love. And I'm going to take this time now, I'm going to call in the Reiki, and I'm going to ask that we send this healing to you now. So if you accept it, just sit there and allow the Reiki to move through you. Allow peace, abundance, and joy to live in all of the hearts of those of us watching. Into the world, we send love and joy and peace, and hope and understanding in everyone's situation. Guys, I want you to take your hands, place them together, be grateful for your place on this earth. Feel yourself here, and feel your energy. Can you feel them pulling? Can you feel this ball of energy you have? Every day is a new choice. Every day is a new chance. So here's where we're going to open this one. We're going to open it with forgiveness. We're going to allow those past struggles, all that stuff, any of the guilt and the shame, we're going to release it. We may have to do that a few times. You may want to have a bath, my friends. You may want to be real gentle with yourself. And if things come up, memories and stuff like that, bring them in, feel them. What was it? What is this tied to? And how can I use it again? How can I use this to empower myself? My empowered vulnerability. How can I use it to help me heal? So, I'm just going to wash my hands and I will be right back, guys. Okay, I am back, guys. So, I'm going to read you this door. This door says, if one door closes, another opens. I trust the universe, I trust myself, and I trust life. I have faith that something even bigger is coming. I let go and reconnect with the flexibility that opens me to infinite possibilities. I welcome with humility and without judgment all the doors that God opens before me. I no longer, the master of my life, I no longer leave my strength in the hands of my ego. I cease to feed my inferior nature, but make room for the divine presence within me, or in me. Thus, I become the master of my life anew. I listen to my inner voice and act in accordance with my own truth. I live in abiding humility, grace, and love for the glory of God. And my friends, my grandma used to have this saying. She'd say, always something on God's green earth. And this is all it is what I picked off the top. It really is God's green earth. This is our souls chose to incarnate here. This is paradise, right? There's a lot of things, well, not paradise. We're working towards that. But this is a place to experience. They're kind of channeling right now. They're like, Earth is a place where we get to go to experience, and we get to be helper spirits here. And what I heard is a mass awakening. Sorry, guys. Whatever, through that healing, you might get really emotional. I really, it hasn't upset me about my grandma. I've been alright, and then it'll come and go. And this is grief too, okay? And if you're going through it, we just have to sit with it, acknowledge it, and let it move through us, because that's really all we can do, okay? So I just want to be authentic with you guys. So all that is, it says, I find life and love in all that is. I am aware of the presence of God in all things. Each tiny part of the universe is actually an expression of love. I raised my thoughts beyond the limits and beliefs and convictions to open myself to the magic, the simplicity, and the beauty of all that is. I marvel at the splendor which in reality is a part of me. And they're saying, you know, when things happen in our worlds, this is about how do we handle it? What did we learn from it? And how do we move on from it? There, and how, you know, some of us, this is, and how can we use it to help people? You know, it's kind of like that forgiveness thing. I had to do it for myself, and it helped me so much that it was like, you know, I think that everybody needs to know this. And I hope it helps you. Let me know if you want in the comments, or you can email me, because, you know, we all need to be here for each other. Okay, so I've done up to my second level of Reiki. I just want to say too, I don't often like really publicize it, but it is interesting when it comes through as well. It's a very different energy, and it's not often that spirit brings that to me before the reading happens, but I think it's always usually really important, because then we've released so much that the message can be heard, is what I also heard here. And you have the Chariot. This is moving forward. This is beautiful. This also, for some of you, is like Cancer season. I heard the Cancer moon, so whenever I love Cancer Moon's tarot. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I just love the guy's personality and everything like that. So for some of you, that might be something that resonates, but to check him out or whatnot. But this Chariot is so important. I'm gonna read to you from this book because I find it so different. Like, it's hard for me to read it. Sorry guys, I just had a notification, so I was like, oh, it doesn't look like I'm just pointing at you, but. The Chariot here. Let's read what they have to say, because they're so different. I definitely do feel like they're saying June, July, because this would be Cancer season, and when the full moon in Cancer is, whenever that is. And what I also heard is, because I'm having like super hard time finding this, is that for some of us, this is something that I think it may have felt really out of reach for a while. So it says, with determination, focus, and drive, Jack steers his sleigh through the night sky, delivering presents on Christmas Eve. The Chariot represents progress, forward momentum, and harnessing the inner strength to overcome obstacles in your way. Jack stops at nothing to make his dreams come true. This singular commitment to a goal is what the Chariot is all about. Don't get sidetracked. Because there's no time for doubts. Continue forward with fierce determination. And don't let anything stand in your way, damn it. Absolutely don't let anything stand in your way. Whatever you are going towards, for some of you, what I heard is, especially if you're feeling like you're getting hit with guilt out of nowhere, my birds are going psycho and they're so sensitive to energy, so this may be important. If you're like doing really great and you're moving forward and all of a sudden you get hit with like old guilt and shit, this is stuff that it's self-destructiveness, it's all that, I call it devil energy because it's fear, it's all this stuff that's going to tell you, oh yeah, you think you're so great, what about all this shit, right? So it's just like the part of you that sabotages, and it's also the part of us that needs to heal. So we have a few of them. We have the 4 of Potions, which I think is important because it's healing and it's resting. For some of us, I feel what I heard is it might be a bit kind of bored. Or for some of you, what I heard is you may also be like wanting to be whisked away, or just wanting something brand new, right? And something that's going to bring happiness. And we have the Knight of Presents in reverse here. But this is such a pretty card. But it's in the reverse. I just think that there may be too much of a comfort level, right? We need to step out of our comfort zone sometimes, is what I'm kind of picking up on that, because he's so comfortable here. But if we're going to reverse that, right, it's like give up. He's got this clipboard, right? And checking it off, making sure everything's done. And it may just be like you need to take a little break for a while, is what I heard as well. But also giving up, kind of maybe what they're saying too is like if you always need to have control of the details and things like that, we gotta let go and surrender, my friends. We gotta surrender the clipboard and just hope and pray that everything's been done. For some of you, this is just a reminder. For some of you, I heard you might like to make a list, check it twice, stuff like that. Just making sure that everything has been done before. Then that could just be why when this movement, if there's any stall, it's because Spirit will test us when they want us. If we really want something, Spirit will test how bad we want it. And there may be some obstacles in your way, but you're going to move through those, right? That's what this card said. We're moving through obstacles. You're going to get through them. Nothing is going to stop it. We've got the 2 of Presents in the reverse. And you have the 6 of Presents. This is about balance and abundance and everyone having enough. And I feel like this being unbalanced is kind of an unsettled energy. And I feel like as well for some of you, this movement forward could be a little bit scary. For some of us, this 4 of Potions is in our own heart, right? It's just, again, whatever the heaviness that we keep holding on to, once we finally let it go, we're opening up to new experiences. So, Spirit, can you give me a little bit of information on this 4 of Potions? There's quite a few here, okay? So, we have there's a lot of, I might have held my cards wrong too, so we have, they're in the reverse, but I'm going to flip them, because things might feel like, and have felt a little bit like things got all upside down, but we just have to flip the situation. And it's the same thing if we keep getting constant narrative in our head. We're flipping that script, right? We're saying, no, it's not true. I don't believe that anymore. And here's the stuff. So if guilt comes to you, you're like, no, you know what? I've resolved that. I send that back. There's no more of that. So we have 5 of Presents. Change. For some of it, it is standing out from the crowd, is what I heard. And some of it's feeling left out too, like this duck, but I feel like it's like, so it didn't, the skateboard, the duck, they don't get, or the duck, whatever it is, it's showing. So it's like something's in plain sight, but worried it won't be chosen, is almost what I feel like I heard. We have the Hierophant here as well. we have the Five of Needles, so the Five of Swords in the reverse with the Three of Potions. And somebody, like, it's definitely, it's time to get out of the fear of this oogie boogie motherfucker, who's been holding your heart hostage. Or, you know, definitely some of you could have also, like, somebody who in your world who really likes to guilt you and hurt you. And this is, for some of you, what I heard is you're really you're starting to realize and open up to some of the emotional manipulation tactics that have been used, and you're seeing them. You're seeing them loud and clear. It's much like this, where something's being hidden in plain sight. They're giving me this example of, like, somebody telling the truth that's so outrageous we think it's a lie, but they told you the truth. It's something like that, where someone is telling you things or saying things to make you feel a certain way. Because that's this Five of Needles. This person fucking with your brain or fucking with your head, trying to fuck with your head. For some of us, again, that shit that's trying to fuck with our head, it's our self-sabotaging. For some of us, it really is somebody who is on a fucking power trip and thinks that they know what they can do and they can play with you like a fucking marionette. And my friends, look up emotional manipulation, look up narcissistic abuse, look up some of this stuff, and just watch and see. And if it's not yours, it's not yours. But when you can start to see the tactics and you can start to see it, you can disarm these narcissists. It no longer can hold you, because as you see it, you're starting to detach a whole lot easier, okay? The Eight of Potions, and I love that because that's what we did. We released a bunch of bullshit that was stuck heavy on our chest. And that stuff, it's hard to breathe, right? It's hard to breathe. We don't want to be in that position where we're still holding on to, because I'm looking at this, it looks like a ghost, but we're still holding on to old ghosts. We're still holding on to old hurts, regrets. For some of us, it's a process going through, kind of like, it's going through judgment. So we also have the Page of Potions. And I have someone at my door, so I'll just be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I'm going to try and get back on my train of thought because, and maybe that's important, just sometimes things that make you feel better is a distraction from all the shit that's going on, okay? So I'm going to start back here, get my stuff back. I apologize for that, but things happen and we need to be flexible in life, right? So we have the Eight of Potions, releasing some stuff that maybe in the past we haven't been so flexible to release. We have the Page of Potions here, and it looks like he's at the bar. He's ready to drink some toxic sludge. We also have, so I think that's also like with the Page of Potions, it's kind of like beware of what is being presented to you. Notice red flags right away. Like, you know, if you're noticing that, hey, I've seen this poison before, and you're noticing it right away, don't give it any longer to kind of like manifest in the system, right? We have Strength. I heard brute force. For some of you, you are a powerhouse, my friends, and you have brute strength. And what I heard is resilience, okay? This is about resilience as well. You may literally be buff the stuff and be able to, like, lift up a house or something like that. But this is also saying, you know what, you have the ability to lift those burdens off yourself as well. And for some of you, this is to help others lift those burdens as well, okay? Because the world needs your kind so much. Those of us who have had to lift heavy shit off of our chest and lift heavy burdens out of our world, we're meant to help other people do that, because we're certainly not the only people that have ever had that heaviness. It is really important for us to really accept that within all of us. And I heard for some of you, it's our divine birthright as a healer. I was 12 years old when I started going to Reiki groups with my mom. And, you know, it was kind of like I had my initiation then. And then I stopped going for a really long time, and I kind of denied my spirituality. It scared me a little bit, too. I remember doing Reiki on this girl, and she kind of had like an ovarian cyst. It was hurting really bad. And it left. She said she could feel it shoot down her leg and gone. And that was the kind of stuff that kind of freaks you out a little bit, too. And you know it's working, but then you're like, oh my God, it worked. So for some of you, it's also because to be in that point of view, or to be in this, what do I say, energy, there, it's going. This is the Seven of Needles here. And Three of Presents. The Knight of Needles in the reverse. This is significant, I feel like. I feel like you're at a point in your world where it's like, do not come at me unless you're going to do it right. Don't fuck with my head. Don't play mind games, and don't try and gaslight me. Do not lie. We want the truth. For some of us as well, this is that. Plus, all of those sabotaging thoughts, all this devil energy that's like, hey, let me take a stab. We're like, not today. You can leave me alone. Again, we're changing up our mindsets. We're rewriting the script within our head that brings a much more balanced, and we're working together with spirit as well to help harness and release this stuff. This is what they're telling me. Okay, they're bringing me back, because it's almost like my brain got wiped when I was talking about 12 years old Reiki. It's funny how, I probably stopped doing it when I was about 16, and kind of went through the dark ages spiritually for quite a while, and then now I've kind of taken up to my level 2 again, and it is so much more powerful, and it is so cool and interesting to see, just how this feels within me and me understanding it. If any of you guys do Reiki, let me know, because I think I love to hear the stories anyway, but I think it's really, really important for us, just as a whole. I'm feeling like my hands are all burning. For some of you, if you're interested in it, my friends, you have a calling to do this as a healer, please do it, because again, the world needs your light. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody religiously, but I think that Jesus was a healer. I think Reiki was his tool that he was meant to teach the world how to heal ourselves. We have that power within us. Our spirit's always like, oh, we have the divine within us. Yes, we do, and we can connect with spirit. It is important, though, that we're doing this. We're calling up the energy from the heavens. We're pulling in the earth energy. We're meeting at the heart, and we're making sure that this is universal energy. So if you guys are interested in taking Reiki, kind of look up what your options are. And this Three of Presents, this to me also speaks of, like, you're not gonna fuck with anyone who is going to lie to you, kind of make you feel a certain way, or trying to manipulate you. If somebody's going to come at you again, they're going to do it right. And you also have this Three of Presents here. Is like, there's going to be partnership. We're focusing on partnership, not on one-sidedness, is what I'd have to say. So we also have here the Seven of Presents in the reverse. For some of you, you may have felt stuck for a while. Got it. But again, I feel like it's been mindset, and you are strong enough to come through whatever this has been. If it's emotional, or if you know that, again, Reiki could help you, it's free to look it up on YouTube, my friends. I'm just saying, get yourself a bath, put some candles, get some things you like to have around you, and crystals, that are safe for water, and just allow yourself to be cleansed, because I really feel like this is going to be the door, the opening. Did that come? Yes. It's the door and the opening to something brand new, because we've released this heavy stuff. So we have turn away and the light. For some of you, this is turn away from the stuff that deplete your energy, that make you feel darkness, that make you feel like, you're not absolutely stunning, because look at that. Beautiful black and silver mermaid, my friends. Turn away from anything that tells you you're not beautiful. societal beauty standards, absolute crap, my friends. Everyone is beautiful in their own way, and I feel like it's really important as well as to turn away from, if you know things trigger you, as well as they're like, turn away from that. So for example, like there's certain TV shows that I know every time I watch them they trigger me for various reasons, and it's like, do I want to be triggered about this right now? Absolutely not. You switch the channel. This is where turning away from people who trigger you or treat you bad, turning away from jobs that don't pay well and you don't feel valued, turning away from the fish in the sea that just aren't worth your time, turning away from things that don't make you feel good. And light. You don't have to stay in the depths, but you see this light coming in as well. She's turning away from the light right now. For some of you, if you resonate at all with being a healer and having kind of had the dark ages within it, or even if you felt the call but you feel like you're the turning away, I feel a lot this is the light calling, because here's this lighthouse. She is here, yes, she's out, and this isn't about only the landscape, but it is because you are the beacon. And some of you, it's really important because you may work with the public. Some of you I heard be clergy. For some of you, you may work in a spiritual community, or you just may be sent here for a mission and a purpose to be a walking beacon of light. And you may find people do come to you, and they may come to you and tell you their woes and their problems, and they may come and want to talk and hear your perspective, because again, like I said, some of the stuff you've been through, you are a walking beacon of hope and truth and the light. So turn away from anything that tells you otherwise. That's the message I have. I love, love, love you all. I hope this resonated, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.